Now, our first pre-season game ticked off. Was that what you were looking for?
Yeah. 2 45s, two different sides. I've got what we had. Yeah. Forget the result side of things, but in terms of minutes, introduction back to football, competitive football, really. I said that loosely with it being a friendly, but it's exactly what we're looking for. We came here 2 years ago. In fact, it was, I'm pretty sure I'm right in saying that our first game as managers was here at Avro. We drew 1-1, and that was a tough game, and that was pretty much the same. And they're what is that, their third game? They're up and running. They look sharp, to be fair. They look right up to it from minute one. Was impressed with them, to be fair. From our point of view, it was our first run out. The pitch is always a tough one for us because we haven't trained in it yet. Although, listen, let's be fair, the pitches that we've been on in pre-season have been dry, aren't they, with the weather? But I think the lads, one or two of the lads, especially the first half lads, found it difficult. Obviously, they train in it and stuff, and they got used to it quick. But from our point of view, we got exactly what we wanted out of it. 45 minutes in 20 players. Touchwood, no injuries. A couple of really good finishes, some good moments. So you asked for from your first run out.
As you mentioned a moment ago, this is Avro's third game. Of course, this is our first 45 minutes for a number of players there. Was it sort of the classic first opening 45 minutes of pre-season, a bit slow at times, with the energy in others?
Yeah, it just takes some getting used to, I think. It sounds mad what I'm going to say, but I think when you're in training and you have small-sided games or 11v11s, everyone knows what they're going to do because they all know each other, know how each other play. Then when all of a sudden you get a team in front of you that you've done no scouting on, like they've not done on us, you don't know what to expect. You're both sides almost getting away with each other because that's all it is. It's an extension of what you've done in training with that bit more of a competitive edge. So a lot of the new lads, well, not a lot, 5 of the new lads on show tonight, they got the 45 minutes. The lads from last season, gelling, but we haven't worked on anything, so everyone's just thrown together just to get some minutes. But there was some decent stuff. I thought first half, it should have took a 1-0 lead with Mikey's miss at the back post, and they had a good chance or two as well. So I thought it was pretty even. But from our point of view, I thought the quality wasn't great. But I said to the lads then at full time, I think the second half team had that luxury of being able to watch the game, seeing where the spaces were, on top of probably some of the Avro lads that played longer than 45 getting tired, and they exposed that at times. But yeah, first half was your typical pre-season friendly. Two sides trying to work each other out. One team looked fresher than the other, in my opinion. Then the second half, we played some really good stuff, as did they. And it was all in all, it's a positive run out.
The first half saw debuts for Mikey, Fads and Dan Gardner. What did you make of their brief cameo?
Good, yeah, I thought all of them were good. I think Guards brings some real leadership in terms of his how vocal he is. And obviously the quality that he's got from a technical standpoint is outstanding. Fads slotted there. Fads looks like he's played for us for years, if I'm honest with you. Even in training, he's just so no-nonsense in how he approaches things. But yeah, really good. Mikey showed some glimpses of unbelievable magic. missed that one here, and to score against his old club. But yeah, I thought they were fine. Really good performances.
Moving on to the second half, more goals to speak about. Starting off with Regan Riley's header coming from a John Taylor cross. What did you make of that cross and a brilliant header to open the scoring? That's
the quality he brings, Tails. I thought it was a really good move actually to get him out there to isolate him 1v1. It's just a touch and a delivery. I think a lot of times players can have too many touches and being decisive in what they're going to do next. Tails got out of his feet, a beautiful ball, weren't it? And it's a great run from Regan from midfield to get in front of his marker. Really good header. We've worked quite a bit on players getting in the box, breaking in the box from deeper positions. So to see that happen as well, that's what you're looking for in these games. But really good goal.
A penalty miss tonight for Rio Clegg, but he did manage to get off the mark with a brilliant slotted finish into the bottom left corner from George Glendon's through ball. What did you make of his performance?
Rio's a special kid in terms of his ability, but he is as mad as a box of frogs. And in that 45 minutes, he's like a firework, innit? When there's dull moments, he does things that you don't expect. And that's why we've signed him, because he's totally different to anything else that we've got, and I think totally different to a lot of things at our level, if I'm honest with you. But his goal was absolutely phenomenal. The turn, the roll, and then that next touch to get him away from his two centre halves, and then the finish was beautiful. A great pass from Glenn as well. But Yeah, he scored quite a handful of penalties last season. I've seen them. So when we named penalties, first half was, well, I can't remember first half to be fair. And then second half I said to Clegg, to Rio, you take pens. He had hold of the ball, I think, before the referee even gave the penalty, and it was team effort and a good save, and he's gutted. That's the way he is. That's the nature of Rio. So he said, "Let me have the next one. Let me have the next one." But he's earned the right. You know, I thought it was he lit the game up when he came on. But that's what we expect out of him. So we're not bothered about him missing a pen. But it was a brilliant goal.
A win to start off with, and now we turn our attention quickly to Squiresgate on Saturday. What are you looking at seeing ahead of that one?
Training first Thursday. Saturday will be exactly the same as tonight. There'll be 2:45s that travel over. It's an earlier kick-off. It's going to be absolutely red hot, I believe, 29, 30 degrees. So 45 minutes, I would imagine a pitch will be as dry as what this is. So we'll just use as we did tonight. By the time we get to Saturday tea time, all lads would have had 90 minutes in that week. So, and then it allows us to start really thinking about what looks like from Tuesday onwards. So looking forward to the game, and then having some ice creams and maybe riding the donkeys later on.